Hey, so I received some questions last time. How do I know that it's a yes, or how do I know that it is a no uh, in my body? Because sometimes it's a challenging thing, especially, for example, if you are struggling with something. For example, uh, you need some more money, and there is this offer, and it's a no for you. And you know how to say yes or no in that kind of situations. First and foremost, sometimes it can be enough just to recognize, for example, in this moment, this is not a yes for me, but I am still going to do it for some time because this will help me. For example, you have some financial things, or you don't have some creative projects, or maybe you're in a job where you don't enjoy completely, and you know that this is really something that you're doing just because you still need to pay things at the end of the month. I think it's just sometimes it, of course, most important thing for me, and that's the thing that I wanted to explain, is that you know it with yourself. This is a yes, this is a no. And sometimes when you have a no, you are doing it, you're saying no, this is absolutely not for me. I'm going to trust. I know how what I want, and I know it already exists for me, and I'm just going to continue what I do right now, and I will come there. But sometimes, it can be a little bit in between, where you know this is not a no, but in this moment it gives me this and this and this, which really supports me, and you're still keeping connection with yes. It doesn't mean that this yes now, I think it's very important to know that this doesn't mean that you failed. This doesn't mean that you're not capable of doing. It's very important to know, just to have a clarity. This is a yes, this is a no. In this moment, I'm willing to say no. And then the yes is coming. For example, you just know there is this job, or there is this opportunity, or there is this project, you want to do, want to do. And then on the other hand, you have some no that maybe supports you partially. And it's always, sometimes just maybe a question. Maybe I'm just doing this in this moment because it supports me, or maybe because, um, sometimes even your nervous system, if you're very triggered by some stuff, it's very important to really relax your nervous system first. And sometimes, it's you are going to take something that is not your top choice, maybe. But you have to know that also this is a decision. Nothing is wrong if you take something that maybe in this moment is not your top choice, if that supports you in some area that maybe really triggers you in this moment. But it makes a big difference if you are aware of that, and if you know that this is just temporary, and maybe this will support something that you need in order to build up your top decisions. And then you can make this clear yes and no. Sometimes it's more than enough. You don't always need to go to these big things. Sometimes it's enough to just, is it a yes or a no, to have a coffee with a friend or with a colleague that always drains you a little bit? Or, sometimes it's a question, is it supporting me if I sleep longer in the morning, or can I wake up 15 minutes earlier, because that will support me, and maybe I can meditate, or maybe I can just do some exercise, or do something that really supports my highest good. You can just start with the very small things. Do I really want to go to this meeting, or I'm not talking about professional meetings that are, you know, if you have something like that, sometimes it's the, for me, when it becomes, when the story is big, when something is big, for me the most important thing is to really start with small steps, and to start with something that, for me, it's very easy to say, is this a no, or is this a yes? You know, it's just maybe kind of a practice also. How does it feel in your body? I know that, I remember I was doing some practice once, and I don't know from whom it is, when I just stand, and then I ask myself these natural questions, you know, do you love your kids? And of course the body is just immediately, yes, of course. Or do you want to, you know, eat something that you don't want? And the body leans back automatically. Or when you love something, the body leans forward automatically. And I was doing this, I was really tuning into my body, so that I first really connected to me, and to start really to listening to myself. Is it a yes? Is it a no? Without further action. Sometimes it's just this is enough. Because when some situations come, you know, when it goes, for example, or for a job, or for whatever you have in this moment, it can be sometimes a bit overwhelming. And if it's overwhelming, it's good to go back to these basics, and to start to learn how to trust yourself. And first step is just being aware of, and you don't need to do anything more. Because the problem becomes, or the issue becomes, when, for example, you have a job that you don't like, that you want to change, or you want to be a freelancer, you want to be something somewhere differently, you know, and it's just in this moment too big of a thing. It's really just maybe going back and maybe start to choose with whom you're spending your time, or, you know, how you're creating your morning before you meet people, or the evening, you know, maybe you can go to sleep 15 minutes earlier or something, you know, really going back, small steps, and just being aware, okay, this is in this moment a yes for me, but maybe I still have some fear here, and I'm not really there yet to that I would just go for it, but I'm aware of that, you know, because things started to change just with awareness. That's something that I wanted to clarify today. I wish you all the best and enjoy your day. Bye.